I'm probably gonna step on some toes with this video right here, but what has to be said has to be said. I want the best for y'all. I want y'all to improve and grow and just see life with as clear of a lens as you can muster. There's no such thing as a soulmate. There's no such thing as a perfect relationship. That does not exist. You've been lied to. You've been conditioned to think that there's this one specific person that exists in the world who was just perfectly made for you, who was perfectly made to fit you, your ideas, your personality, this, that, and the third, who was just perfectly made, and that as soon as y'all meet, y'all just gonna click together like this, like toast on bread. I think that's the axiom, aphorism, metaphor, whatever, right? It does not exist. There's no such thing as a pre-fab relationship. There's no such thing as a soulmate. It just does not work like that. And to try to make it logically make sense for you, this is the thought process that I came up with, right? The soulmate idea or ideology argues that there's one specific person that exists in the world, just one, right? Just one, that exists in the world who perfectly fits you, who you are right now. The first thing that I say is this kind of diminishes the other person, diminishes the humanity of the other person, because in essence you're arguing that this person's whole, your partner, your soulmate, right, this person's whole existence, this person's whole reason for being is to just meet up with you and make you happy and to have the perfect relationship with you. Don't matter what they want, don't matter what they like, no matter what personal ideas of the world that they have. Nah, they're just made for you. Yeah, that don't particularly fit with me. The second thing I want to mention, and it kind of literally just popped in my brain right now, I feel like it's impossible to just find the perfect person for you. And why is it the case? You are constantly growing. I want to say you are constantly growing. People have to make a conscious choice to grow, but you are constantly changing. You will always change, whether you realize it or not. Things look like it's the same every day, but you're changing. It's either you're growing or you're dying. There's no such thing as maintaining, respectfully. It's either you're growing or you're getting worse, or you're getting better, or you're solidifying certain beliefs, or you gain new knowledge. So just even in that sense and in that case, the perfect person, okay, your soulmate of yesterday wouldn't be your soulmate of today, because who you are yesterday and who you are today are two different people, whether you recognize that or not. Just a little argument right there. So if there's no such thing as a soulmate, how is a relationship supposed to be, right? And disclaimer, this is just my perspective on things. I am not in a relationship. I am not married. I have no kids. I'm not in a long-term relationship. I am a single man, right? So obviously take everything I say with a grain of salt, but I believe that my perspective is a mature one. Maybe not a complete one, but a mature one nonetheless. First and foremost, you gotta recognize that there's no perfect person. You don't just select the person and the relationship is going to be perfect. It does not work like that. You gotta recognize and understand that the perfect relationship is built, not selected, but built, right? And from my perspective and observing other relationships and relationships that actually have worked, it starts off like this. Who you are as a person, meet someone else who they are as a person, and then y'all decide to come together and make something, right? A relationship. And so obviously you are a foundation unto yourself. She is a foundation unto herself. And obviously I am a heterosexual man, so I'm going to take this from my perspective. I would only date women. So yeah, extrapolate this to who you are, who you like, yada, yada, yada. You got it, right? So me, I have to have my own firm foundation as an individual. Now, whatever is a firm foundation for you, that's something that you need to determine for yourself. What is it that I need to change within myself? Or what is it that I need to do within myself? Who is it that I need to become in order to have a stable relationship with someone else? Because you don't want, and when you create a relationship with someone, you are essentially unionizing yourself. Y'all are, the two are becoming one. To use Bible, to use Bible, I forgot the word. To use Bible terms, right? The two become one, whatever. But you have to ask yourself, am I currently in a position, or who I am today, is the person I am today in a position to properly support a relationship. I'm not talking about financially, because relationships could work when financials aren't particularly there. I'm not talking about financially or physically. I'm talking about who you are as a person, mentally and spiritually, right? Because that's really the most important thing of a relationship. Relationships that are built off of material possessions will never last, that's the point. But a relationship that is based off the mental and the spiritual of two people will always last, right? Because that's more firm than anything. That's one of the firmest foundations. So you have to ask yourself, am I the kind of person that can get into a relationship? Or am I the kind of person that someone would want to get in a relationship with, right? And while I cannot decide for you what a firm foundation is within yourself, there are some universal constants that I've observed. First and foremost, you must be willing to be vulnerable, right? And in the world that we live in, where people have gone through some harrowing experiences in relationships, they got trust issues. Y'all got trust issues. Y'all don't trust people. Y'all don't trust easy. Fortunately, but unfortunately at the same time, in order to have a level of depth and intimacy with a relationship, that requires you to be vulnerable. That requires you to open your heart. That's just the truth. You have to open yourself up. You have to open your heart in order to connect with someone, right? So while I cannot tell you what a firm foundation is, maybe within yourself you value honesty, you value respect. Maybe within yourself you value someone that knows how to cook and clean or whatever. But the one prerequisite that is absolutely necessary is the ability to be vulnerable. You need that. And then step two or whatever, the partner. Who are you looking for, right? What do you value within another person? And obviously, if you value something within someone else, make sure you got it within yourself. You know what I'm saying? If you value honesty within someone, you better be an honest individual. If you value respect within someone, you must first respect yourself and be a respectful individual. You know what I'm saying? So what do you value within another person? What do you perceive as a foundation? What are some foundational character traits or personality traits, whatever, that is needed within the other person in order for me to build off of? It don't have to be perfect. Maybe the only thing you require is that she got to be willing to learn. She has to be someone that's willing to grow as an individual and see herself for more than what she currently is. That could definitely be one of them. But you have to ask yourself, what are the foundational characteristics or personality traits that I need within someone else? And these are non-negotiables. She has to have these things. The other person has to have these in order for me to even consider to be in a relationship with them. That's just the truth. So we're done with that. We got that clear. Foundation within self, the foundation of the other person. And then the last step is just coming together and building something. And what does this look like? I know there's like this cliche, the key to relationship is communication. Communication is key. It's the one pivotal factor of a relationship. No, it's not the one pivotal factor of a relationship, but it is important. Communication is important. Let me let you know this, right? Human beings are imperfect. You are an imperfect person. She is an imperfect person. None of y'all were born perfect. Y'all grow. Y'all develop as individuals. Y'all develop as people, right? So she is going to do things that you may not be in agreement with, that you may not like. I am going to do things that she may not be in agreement with and that she may not like. Now, obviously, if these disagreements are on fundamental and foundational things, right? Like maybe a fundamental and foundational thing may be whether you like your alone time or whether you're a clingy person. I don't know. This is very personal to you, right? If it's not something that's like fundamental and foundation, if it is something that is fundamental and foundational, then you can't build with that person. It's just the foundations cannot mix with each other, right? But if it's something more superficial or topical, right, then that's something you can speak about, you know? An example, maybe my partner is very messy when it comes to the bathroom. She doesn't like to clean a lot. That's a disagreement that we got. I'll talk to her, we have to work out something. I don't like the fact that you're not cleaning up after yourself in the bathroom. That's kind of nasty, I'm not gonna lie. let's see what we can do to work this out, right? And your partner should be understanding enough to recognize where you're coming from and be like, you know what, yeah, I've been kind of nasty. I've not been cleaning up after myself. Let's figure this out. You get the point. You get the idea. So, just communication. Communication isn't the key to a relationship, obviously not. But if you want a relationship to continue, and you want a relationship for longevity, which this is probably the reason why you're watching this video. You're asking a single man how to have a long relationship. The irony is so funny. But yeah, just talk it out. And if y'all cannot come to an impasse, then maybe the foundations could not mix and this was just not meant to be. So this is why it's important to vet the person that you're interested in getting a relationship with. You know what I'm saying? Foundation. And that's just basically how I see relationships, at least as a single man on the outside looking in, who has never been, that's a lie, I've been in a long-term relationship before, but who is currently making it an active part to just be single all my life. I'm joking. I'm not gonna be single all my life. I definitely want to have kids, want to get married one day, eventually. But for now, I'm not particularly looking for no long-term relationship. But if the right woman does come along, I recognize that she is the right woman for that. All right, love y'all. Hope y'all gave some value from this. Mwah.